Welcome to the Kentucky Game Plan with your hosts, Adrian and Mac.
Welcome, everyone, to the Kentucky Game Plan. I'm Adrian Smith.
And I am Mac Black.
Trick or treat, Mac Black.
That's right. And speaking of treats, we have one for everyone today.
Very, very, very great treat that we're going to present to the listeners, to the fans.
We have NBA legend, GM. He has a lot of titles.
ABA
right.
champion.
Right. Dan Issel is going to be on the show a little later. We're going to talk about his great career and the NBA to Louisville movement. So,
yep.
Listeners, you all are in for a treat.
Yeah. I mean, the basketball state, right?
Right, exactly.
Representing.
Locally, we have some ball to talk about, and it's not basketball.
No.
But, a little game we call football.
Yes.
Louisville Cardinals. Fell short again.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, wow. Cards dropped to 2-4.
2-4 in the season.
Georgia Tech, 3-3. Looks like Tech walked away 66-31. I don't know what happened in this game.
Well, U of L's 0-3 in the conference, too.
Yes, they are. I was at, like I said, previous show I talked about, I was at the last game.
Mm-hmm.
This one I wasn't at, but this being a Friday night game, maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
I won't say short week because it really wasn't a short week. But
it was a blackout game as well.
Right.
Cardinals had all black on.
Yeah, they, like you said, 66-31, the final, U of L falling to Georgia Tech. Here's the thing. We all knew going into the season what U of L's team was kind of going to look like as far as the offense is kind of young. They got to get in sync. But you got the head coach who's the offensive guru. Mm-hmm. Got a solid defense coming back. New defensive coordinator who's made his name throughout the collegiate ranks.
But they're missing that star.
They're missing that star.
They don't have a star presence.
Well, not only that, but that defense couldn't stop anything.
No.
I mean,
this
nothing.
defense looked totally different compared to against Florida State. Florida State defense, it was swarming and smothering. They were all over the place.
Well, even the Alabama game, they looked good until everybody started getting hurt.
Right.
But yeah, man.
Is it time for Petrino to go? I'm going to go ahead and just say this. Is it time for him to go?
Well, I don't know. I don't know for the fact of this. This team is still young offensively, and that's what he's known for.
Right.
But he's known to groom the quarterbacks, right? I mean, that's his thing. He's had Chris Redman, he's had Lamar Jackson, and all those types of players that have gone on. Bridgewater, yeah. So, Bridgewater was under Charlie Strong.
He was. Oh.
Yeah, Charlie Strong.
How can I forget Charlie Strong?
I don't know, man.
Please forgive me.
But you look at this Georgia Tech passing game. Let me throw this stat at you. Quarterback, Georgia Tech. Taquan Marshall, 1 of 2 for 12 yards.
Uh-huh.
That's right, folks. 12 yards he threw the ball. The entire game.
Wow.
The entire game. So the Georgia Tech rushing attack was just
that's a good
phenomenal.
Word. That was a good word, attack.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did.
I mean, the quarterback obviously ran the ball very well, too. Taquan Marshall had 23 carries for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tobias Oliver, 8 carries, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jordan Mason, 13 carries, 78 yards. He's got a touchdown. Jerry Howard, 8 carries, 58 yards. He's got a touchdown. So the rushing attack is just...
Everybody scored touchdowns.
I mean, it was a triple option type of offense, which is very, very hard to guard. I'm not saying it's not. It's very, very hard to guard. But when they're doing it, and they're doing it, and they're doing it, like...
Defense,
that's the motto.
Defense really doesn't stand a chance, especially if it's not...
Right.
Defense isn't present, which, as you can see,
it wasn't. Not. Juwan Pass, though, I mean, he's looked a lot better. He's grooming.
Yeah, he's improving, but it's like he'll have good first half, second half you don't see him.
Right.
Third you don't see him, and then fourth they might take him out. Cunningham might come in.
Right.
Or they might keep him in. It's just they need to figure out their quarterback situation.
Well,
I think it starts there. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't really think it's the coach.
No.
I mean, yeah, coach is a leader
True.
of the team, just like the quarterback is. But I think it starts with the quarterback. So they have to figure out their quarterback situation.
Well, Jawan Pass was 23 of 35 for 299 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
So, he's looking good. Des Fitzpatrick, 4 catches, 58 yards and a touchdown. Tutu Atwell, 4 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, the ball is being dispersed. A couple other guys here. Devontae Pete, 2 catches, 45 yards. And Jalen Smith, 3 catches, 42 yards. The ball's being dispersed. The rushing attack for U of L wasn't horrible. Jordan Travis, 5 carries, 48 yards. Trey Smith, 5 carries, 32 yards.
Right.
And Hassan Hall, 5 carries, 23 yards. Trey Smith had a touchdown. Like we said, it's the offense shows up one game, the defense doesn't. The defense shows up 2 games, the offensive doesn't.
Just think if you could have both.
Just think exactly if you can have both. In a very, very tough conference, the ACC. Let's not say that it's not a tough conference, because it is. When you got teams like Florida State, you got teams like Clemson, Miami. The conference is good. It's stacked. Is it the SEC? No.
Right.
No conference is the SEC, technically, in football. But that being said, your question is, should this be the last year of the coach? It's tough to say. I think it really depends on how they finish the season. The last 3 games,
Right.
I think, will depend on his future at U of L.
Maybe Petrino's getting bored.
It could be.
Could be a sad thing to say. I don't know.
Right.
It almost sounds contradictory because I did say I don't think it's the coach, but I also said that
It starts with the coach.
right,
He's the man at the top.
exactly. But Boston College is their next opponent, so
Well,
we'll see what happens.
We'll see what shows up.
I
The
do
offense or the
believe
defense.
I think that one's a home game, isn't it?
Boston College. Yes.
I think it's a
Yes,
home game.
Yeah.
So
Well, the offense shows up. Hopefully the defense does too.
right. Oh, moving on to another local.
Yep.
Cats fall.
13th ranked.
13th rank. They fall to, in overtime, they fall to Texas A&M. Cats are now 5-1. A&M's 4-2. Problem with this game, you're third and, I don't even want to talk about it.
No, let's talk about it.
Third and second.
Yes. 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
You got the Heisman candidate.
Why would you not give him the ball? The game's on the line. Why would you not give him the ball? You're in overtime, this team, and they were pretty much, toe-to-toe the whole game.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Look at the
heavyweight
score
fight.
and see.
Yeah.
And why would you not give him the ball?
Coaches try to be cute. And what I mean by that is coaches try to be cute. They try to... Honestly, I think they outthink themselves.
Well, apparently, because to me, that was a stupid play.
Right.
Stupid move.
Give
Benny Snell the ball, let him run it. Let him do what he does.
Exactly. Let him do what he does.
He probably would have walked away with the win. Been,
Yeah. They could
6-0.
6-0, exactly. You look back.
Road game, too.
What's that?
A road game at that.
Yeah, a road game, exactly.
The environment's a lot more hostile.
Oh, yeah. You got the plane ride down,
Right.
You got that whole time to think about things.
It takes a lot out of you, and then you do this. Wow.
Well, 3rd and 2. UK did not get the win. Like I said, coaches try to be cute. I think themselves in some cases, and when they do that, bad things happen. Obviously, they didn't convert. A&M goes down. The guy jumps in the end zone, gets hit, flips in the end zone.
Right.
Texas A&M wins that game.
What do you think Stoops is thinking right now? I didn't watch the post-game show.
Honestly, I'm thinking I should have ran the damn ball.
Is that what you think?
I'm thinking that, yeah. Why would you not? After the play ended, I guarantee you he thought I should have ran the damn ball.
Well,
Wilson's not bad.
no.
And he didn't play bad. 13 of 20 for 108 yards and a touchdown. He spread the ball around. Lynn Bowden Jr., 3 catches, 55 yards and a touchdown. C.J. Conrad, 3 catches, 25 yards. Benny Snell even caught out of the backfield, 4 catches, 18 yards. So the ball was being thrown around.
Right. It's just that, to me, it's that last play.
Yeah. Well, it all came down to that, yeah.
But they didn't capitalize on it. But anyway, moving on. Saturday, October 20th, it's homecoming. The Cats are back home in Lexington at Kroger Field. University of Vanderbilt is the opponent. Mm-hmm. So, hopefully better luck and come out with a win against Vandy.
Let's hope.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Moving on to Kentucky basketball. James Wiseman is down to 5 schools, with Kentucky being one of them. Vandy, Kansas, Memphis, and Florida State. So he's got some deciding to do, but we all hope he'll pick Kentucky as his school.
Big Blue, yep.
But Memphis, I think, is the second. I think it's going to be down between Kentucky and Memphis.
I can see that.
He's a big fan of Penny being a coach.
Well,
so
I agree.
Also, Kentucky offers shooting guard Jalen Green for the 2020 class. Jalen's a 6'4", 160-pound shooting guard from Fresno, California. He averaged 27.9 points, 7.7 rebounds, 2.8 assists. San Joaquin Memorial's where he played at. And he will be visiting Memphis along with James Wiseman and R.J. Hampton as well. So that's another guy that's, looking in playing at Memphis. So, Kentucky and Memphis are 2 biggest schools for these guys. Well, there's not just them, but some other guys out there being offered by different schools and being recruited. So, Penny's doing his job. I mean, he's hustling as far as this whole recruiting thing. He's been relentless and nonstop. Not to say Cal hasn't, but that's going to be a big rival.
It's going to be a huge rival, I think. Once give Penny a year. Well, I'll say give Penny 2 years under the belt of coaching at Memphis and getting the players that he needs and wants.
Right.
This will be a big, big rivalry. Like UK U of L, I think this is going to turn around to be.
That's what it's building up to be.
Not only a recruiting war.
And it's great for basketball.
But it's great for basketball, exactly.
I'm excited. Louisville, this is a little piece of old news, not real old, maybe a couple weeks back.
Okay.
Louisville got a commit from local Trinity star David Johnson, 6'5" guard. Apparently Padgett and his staff were recruiting him when Padgett was coach last season. So looks like he picked Louisville over Georgia and Xavier. So he will be part of the 2019 class, which they got some pretty good recruits coming in.
Yeah, they do.
So does Kentucky. So it's going to carry over to the whole Louisville-Kentucky rivalry. It's going to get more exciting through the years with Louisville having a new coach, going through their rebuilding process. So good luck to that guy.
Yeah.
Moving on to the NFL.
Well, I got another little tidbit of local information.
Oh.
Yeah. Louisville F.C. played the other night. Came out with a win. A 3-1 win over Toronto F.C. Louisville, I watched some of this game. Second half. Man, they can move that ball. Their goalie is extremely good. Louisville scored, like I said, 3-1. Lilik scored. Sohei scored. And Lancaster scored. Also, get out and support this team, folks. I mean, they won a championship last year. They're looking to win another championship. 2 games left on the schedule. Both are home games. So get out there and support them. The next home game is October 9th, 7 o'clock against North Carolina FC.
Yeah, most definitely.
And you know what? Louisville, overall, in standings, number 2. So, yeah. So support.
Yes, sir. That's what it's about.
NFL.
Didn't see week 6's power rankings, so we're going to roll week 5. I know this might sound bad, but I'm going to throw it at you.
Sure.
Starting off at number 1, Rams.
I can see that.
Chiefs, number 2.
Hot quarterback, yep.
Jags at 3.
Solid defense.
Saints, 4.
Good team.
Drew Brees, what about that record?
Yeah. He should break it today.
Yes.
175 yards away from the all-time passing yards.
Isn't that crazy?
Breaking Peyton Manning.
It blows his mind.
Yeah, Drew Brees is... he's a Hall of Famer. He's won a Super Bowl. But beyond that, he's always been my favorite quarterback to watch. Of all the quarterbacks we're able to watch, Joe Montana to Steve Young to Peyton Manning to Tom Brady and all those guys. He's always been my favorite to watch, man. He's such a good player, such a team player.
Pats, round out 5.
They're getting good.
Yeah, they're starting to heat up a little bit. They were cold starting off.
Well, they got some receivers now.
Yeah, so.
The trade with the Browns.
Right.
To get Gordon. Julian Edelman's back from his suspension. Gronkowski doing what Gronkowski does.
Gronkowski's out there with a bad ankle still playing.
Yeah, exactly.
The Eagles at number 6.
Champions. Yep.
Ravens 7. The Bengals at number 8. Good to see the Bengals.
Good to see the Bengals, the local.
And they're playing exceptionally well. I watched last Sunday's game. I watched the past 2 games.
Looking good.
Yeah, they are. They are. Packers at 9.
I could see them falling.
Yeah.
I mean, Rodgers not playing that great. Kind of hurt, kind of dinged up. The defense.
He is.
Not what it's been in the last 5 years at all.
No. And I was expecting a little more, but, injuries, man. 10, the Bears. Round out number 10.
How did that trade work out for the Bears, Khalil Mack?
Right.
And Trubisky, the quarterback, 6 touchdowns last game? Yeah, 6 touchdowns. Wow.
Bears on their way back. They're roaring.
They're roaring.
I can hear them.
There you go. Some matchups for today, NFL. These are all 1 o'clock games. You got the Titans and Bills, Dolphins and Bengals, which that should be a really good game.
Right.
Ravens, Browns, Packers, Detroit. I look for Matt Stafford to throw for 400 yards in this game. Jacksonville, Kansas City. Will Jacksonville bring Kansas City back down to earth, I guess is the way to put it, with that defense? We shall see. The Denver Broncos against the Jets. Falcons against the Steelers, which I don't think we'll see this true Steelers all season long as long as Le'Veon Bell's not playing.
Right.
Period. You got the Giants, Panthers, Raiders, LA Chargers. So weird to say that. Minnesota Vikings at the Eagles. That's a 4:30 game. Cardinals, 49ers, 4:30. And Seattle Rams, 4:30. And then the Sunday night game. Battle of Texas. The Texans and the Cowboys.
Are you excited? I know you'll be asleep by then.
I'll probably be asleep, you're right. But I'm excited. We got a win last week. Let's hope the streak continues.
Right.
So, well, I think it's about that time.
It is that time.
It is that time.
We get the legend on the phone.
It is.
Mr. Dan Issel.
Well, let's get him on the phone and talk some NBA to Louisville.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, Dan. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Thanks for coming on the show.
All right.
Oh, yes, sir. How's the weather out there?
It's a little chilly, 44 degrees.
I'll take that.
We'll trade you.
It's been a little warm there, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's been a heat wave. Welcome to the show. I'm Adrian Smith.
And I'm Mac Black.
Just for our listeners, a little backstory about you. Dan Issel, the Hall of Fame basketball player, an outstanding player at the University of Kentucky. He was twice named an All-American en route to still a school record 25.7 points per game. He was the ABA Rookie of the Year in 1971. He was a 6-time ABA All-Star and 1-time NBA All-Star. Issel played college basketball at the University of Kentucky under legendary coach Adolph Rupp. Issel was at UK from 1966 to 1970 and scored 2,138 points, an average of 25.7 per game, while being named an All-American for 2 of the 3 seasons. His career total points remains the highest among UK men's players. Led by a dominating 7'2 center, Artis Gilmore, the 74-75 Kentucky Colonels won the 75 ABA championship. The key support from Issel and sharpshooting guard and fellow Kentucky Wildcat, Louis Dampier. In 6 seasons, Issel led the league in total points 3 times, including a record 2,538 points in the 71-72 seasons. Issel currently ranks number 11 on the all-time combined ABA-NBA scoring list, and he was part of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame class of 1993.
So, very, very impressive stats, Mr. Issel. First of all, getting started, talking about your time as a player, your accomplishments have included winning a championship at a professional level and being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But what do you consider to be your greatest achievements?
Well, first of all, as pleasure to be with you all, and please call me Dan, not Mr. Issel. I'm
Okay.
old enough, so
All right.
we'll get that out of the way. No doubt about it, the biggest accomplishment was winning the ABA championship. Basketball is a team sport, and the only way your team is going to be successful is if you're more concerned about how the team does as opposed to how you do as an individual. So I was blessed to play 25 years of organized basketball, 2 in junior high, 4 in high school, 4 in college, and 15 in the professional ranks. And that was the only championship I ever won. So easily it was the ABA championship, the biggest accomplishment.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Well,
Great accomplishment at that.
I agree. I mean, a championship at a high professional level, I mean, that kind of helps solidify your career. When you were playing, was there a team that really challenged you or a certain opponent that brought your A game out?
Well, always playing against the best players. I mean, if you're competitive at all, playing against the best players is something that really brings your game to the next level. In college, I guess it was probably playing against Pete Maravich 6 times while he was at LSU and I was at UK. Of course, you mentioned Artis Gilmore, and Artis was a teammate, but also an opponent when I played my last game at UK, and Jacksonville beat us in the regionals. And then, of course, in the pros, playing against people like Kareem, Moses Malone, Dr. J, those always bring out the best performances.
Oh, no doubt. Dan, what specifics can you tell us about bringing the NBA to Louisville, and what can we expect to see in the next few years?
Yeah, there's a lot of that we can control. And first of all, working on bringing the NBA to Louisville has been a blast. I was out of basketball for about 15 years doing other things, and being able to kind of be in basketball again, albeit on the fringe, it's a lot of fun reconnecting with old friends and acquaintances across the league. There's some things we can control. For instance, having a majority owner in place, should we get the opportunity, having a place to play, having a regional television market and sponsor, a regional radio package. There are a lot of things that we can control, and that's what we're working on. What we can't control is if we're going to have an opportunity to get an NBA team. That will certainly be up to the NBA if and when they decide to expand, and also if a team out there becomes available for sale that we could move to Louisville. So right now we're concentrating on the things we can control. Certainly not on the things we can't.
Is there a deadline for the investors for the NBA to Louisville to be presented to the executives of the NBA and the other owners?
Yeah, no, the deadline will be set by the NBA. If the NBA isn't talking about expansion, or that's not on their radar, it wouldn't make much sense for us to put an application in. And that's one of the challenges. Right now, dealing with people, we have a number of people that we've talked to and that seem to be interested. We're under non-disclosure agreements with 7 different groups and individuals. So, but as you said, there's no timetable, and so we're just going to have to make sure we have ownership lined up when that opportunity comes.
That makes sense. With you being the face of the NBA to Louisville, will there be former players or coaches involved?
Yes, we have commitments from several former players. Of course, current players can't be involved in ownership. That would be a huge conflict of interest. So it would have to be former players, and those players don't want. I guess they're smarter than I am. They don't want to get out in front and have their name be associated with something that isn't successful. But we have commitments from several former players that when the time comes, and we've got a real shot to bring an NBA team to Louisville, they will jump on board with us.
Oh, nice. That'd be something to see, definitely.
Oh yeah, I was at the NBA to Louisville meeting that you all just had, and it was a blast. Met you, in person, and everybody else that was involved. For our listeners, what is the best way for the fans and, like I said, our listeners that are rooting for the NBA to come to Louisville? What is the best way to show their support for the movement and to keep up to date on all the developments that are going on?
That's a great question. We have several volunteers that are working on our website, and I think it's really a neat website, and you can go there and keep up on everything that's going on, like the event that you attended the other night. The website is NBA2, the number 2, NBA2 Lou. And there you can sign up to your support for an NBA team. And in the future, there'll be other ways that you can support this effort. One of the things we're talking about right now is maybe doing a seating, a virtual seating chart, and seeing where people could sign up for seats if this would happen. So there's a lot of things that are coming down the road. So NBA to Lou will keep you in touch, and it's updated all the time. And the grassroots, that meeting that we had the other night, people showing up, expressing support. All of that is very, very necessary, because an NBA team, there's going to be excitement no matter. I mean, you could put an NBA team in Podunk, and the first couple of years, it would sell out and people would be excited about it. But the NBA isn't so interested in that. They're interested in the ongoing support that will be for that franchise for years to come. So that showing that the people of Louisville and Kentucky are interested, are willing to support an NBA franchise, that'll go a long way in helping us to get an NBA team to Louisville.
It all sounds great to me.
Yeah, I'm excited. I
mean, this is the basketball state.
Yeah.
I recently had a conversation with a gentleman I just met. I met him at the Keeneland September sales. He's in the horse business like I am, and he's part owner of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And he made a great point. He said, Oklahoma City ought to be the blueprint for your franchise. I mean, it's so similar in market size, population growth, wealth, all of the things that you measure. He said the one advantage that you had that we didn't have to start with was the passion for basketball.
Oh,
Oklahoma's kind of a football state.
Exactly.
And so he made a great point that we have an advantage over some of these other teams simply because basketball is so popular in our area.
No, you're right.
And successful.
Do you feel the Yum Center is the spot to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the spot to be in. I mean, the Yum Center is state of the art. That would, on day one, would be, in the top 10 as far as NBA arenas are concerned. The challenge we have is, right now, with the lease that's in place, there wouldn't be an opportunity for an NBA, the lease that's in place with U of L, there wouldn't be an opportunity for an NBA team to play there. So, again, when that opportunity gets close, we're going to have those discussions. And, it's not up to us to have those discussions with U of L. I don't want to upset, one U of L fan because we need their support for this NBA team. So that'll be up to the people at the Yum Center. If they, because of their financial position, think it'll be helpful to have an NBA team there, then that leadership is going to have to take the lead role in getting that accomplished. I
agree. Well, Dan, we thank you for your time. We hope to have you back on as soon as we can. We're supporting the NBA to Louisville, no doubt. We attend the meetings and talk about the NBA to Louisville movement when we can, when we find out information through other media sites and stuff like that. But I want to thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy that weather in Colorado.
Yeah, right.
Thank you all very much. You all have a number. Call me anytime.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being on the show, Dan. Have a good day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that was very, very informative about the NBA to Louisville.
Yes, it was.
The movement, and he's the man that knows all the information about it.
You know, I'm excited. And everybody else is listening. You guys need to be excited and support this thing. It's going down, should I say.
Well, that's the way to put it.
Get out there and support. If you got any interest, questions, or just curious, go to NBA2Louisville.com. It's got a lot of good info on there. You can find out everything you want to know, need to know about this whole movement. Twitter, if you guys tweet a lot, hit them up on Twitter at NBA2Lou. That's LOU. And just get behind and support this movement. The city, I think the city needs it. I'm excited.
I agree.
You know, so let's get out there and support and do what we can.
This is the basketball state. We need to grow.
It is.
You know, I mean, the teams around us have been successful. The Pacers and the Grizzlies and the Bulls. And why not us? Why not us?
Why not?
Right? Don't forget to follow us, folks. Instagram at @the_KY_game plan. Facebook at the KY Game Plan. And Twitter at the KY Game Plan.
I will.
There you go. I am Adrian Smith.
And I'm Mac Black.
Thanks for listening
to the Kentucky Game Plan.